Hangman had one of the best babyface promos. We had that conversation when he got crowned at your apartment, and he was like, it took them a minute. It did. It took him a minute, but that cowboy shit got over. He had great, phenomenal matches, and he kept being real. Like, bruh, me and you, well, offside of wrestling, but me and you have a real strong principality about authenticity. Right? Right. It just strikes different.
Yeah, we don't want if it ain't real.
It cannot be accepted. Right? It cannot even be accepted. And listen, we will even take your fake shit if you real with yourself and let us know that it's gonna be fake shit up front. Like that's how real I am. I'm so real. I'll take the fake shit if you let me know it's fake shit up front. So Titus into Adam. Adam Page has been so vulnerable, so honest, so self-deprecating, and he's been real. You know what I'm saying? And that connection, that promo, like you caught, like what? Yeah, I get it. I'm a fucking man. I'm a man.
Call
dog.
me a kid. Yeah.
Like what?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Even that I didn't feel nothing. I hear and you and I might be like on one of my days where I just don't give a fuck. I don't know, maybe it's me, but I did not give a fuck. Man, Hangman Page, I thought it was a good promo. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that he's a former champion trying to prove his manhood to John Moxley, no, it's fuck you. I'm a man. I don't need you to fucking tell me shit. And I'm gonna show you that I'm a man and how much of I'm a man when I see you next week. Like that's the thing that like I don't like. I respect you, and coming from you, you know that really means a lot that you respect me too. Like fuck all that. This once you say kid, it's no respect because given at that point, and then the nigga just stood in your face like, yeah, that's exactly what I saw you as a kid. Like so, I all that. Oh, I'm a man. Like you don't gotta do all that shit. You gotta just show the nigga now at that point, and that takes that to me. Is it real words spoken? Is it real words spoken that he said what he's been through the past year? Absolutely. The performance lacked, in my opinion. And this is not a knock on Hangman Page because I think he's been one of, if not the best AEW champion over the past year. And he's been through a lot this year. It's not easy. It's not easy doing what he does and coming out there and getting the criticism and dealing with backstage drama and all that shit and having a kid and all that shit that you take as being the head champion and everything that John Moxley was talking about. Heavy is the crown that wears the head, and pretty much
wears the crown. Yep.
Head, yeah, head that wears the crown. So, and holding that championship comes with a lot of shit. And once you are at the top of your industry, nobody's gonna feel no sympathy for you. Go out there and do your fucking job. That's pretty much what it is. Oh, go out to the media days. Go out, do this. It's just expected.
Well, but that's the thing too. That's why I say I felt it because, like, as a man, right, as a father, as a husband, as a businessman, right, as a whatever, right, it don't matter because you do have to get, and that shit is taxing. And for a nigga not to respect you for who you is and what you do and what the name that you laid down for yourself, and like he said, like, no, you still see me as a kid. Like, am I a kid because I didn't travel the road like you? Am I a kid because I'm not, like, am I just a kid because you think you're a grizzled old vet? You know what I'm saying? Well, okay, but I can feel you on that. But as a man, you're not finna ever discredit because I, like you say, now it does take it takes a real man, like you say, to like be able to know your value, right? Jake the Snake can tell you he's a man like Adam Page without none of the theatrics, and I think it would still be the same promo. But I think that also,
it seems like he's overcompensating. That's what it was. Like, it seems like
I know that though. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay. This ain't Patreon exclusive, but like, as a husband, my wife can tell you that I can overcompensate for sometimes because, like, if it's not clicking for me, then I feel like it's not clicking for others to see what needs to be saw.
Okay.
So when he speaks about the depression and the meds is not working
Yeah.
and he's not sleeping at night and he's staying up at night,
Yeah.
and the only thing that matters right now is this, because this is what actually validated me as the man. That championship validated me as the number one pick for AEW. Validated me as the man to take it off of Kenny Omega after the longest run that nigga done had. Or what, didn't he take it off Kenny? Right, he took it off of
Yeah.
yeah. So right, so like Hangman was deemed as the man. Lost his title to a nigga who walked around and thought he was the man and didn't want the title as the man, and lost all of that only to now not even be considered as second nature. It's now Moxley's the man. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear now that you're saying it this way.
You know
I
what
can
I'm
see where you're
saying?
coming from, and I can see I can tap into what that promo meant in a different way because I'm seeing it from your vision. Um, I just want him to own it eventually.
Oh,
Like he
they gonna
hasn't gotten there yet, and
beat
I
the
love
shit.
Hangman now. Like
They
I
gonna beat
really
the
am a
shit out of
fan.
each other though. They
Huh?
gonna beat the shit out of each other. They
Okay.
gonna beat. I think that's like you say. The mat you're gonna be me for this, right? And we switch roles in this situation. You're gonna be me when you're like, I just want to see the match, because the match is gonna dictate the feud.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All
If
of
they
the
can put
talk,
that
all of the
into
exactly that is, and I know what you and I can know how you feeling with that. I can know how you feel with that.
Bet I'm okay. Then I can I can agree on that. And shout out to Hangman for being vulnerable because at the end of the day, I do respect that. I do respect a man who can be vulnerable consistently. And you know when you speak this like that, and you say you've been going through depression, I don't want to like minimize that. Men suffer in silence in this world, and it's something that's now being spoke about in the world that we live in. And I think it's tough because we need our friends, we need our buddies, we need our wives, you know, that support, and we don't always get it. And I think that it's easy for me to come out here and say, "Man, own it," but if he's not feeling it, then he's not feeling it, you know.
Or even
But
if he is
or is
owning
he
it,
struggling?
or even if he is owning it, and people are not listen. Being a man and holding down your responsibility is exactly that. Holding down your responsibilities, you do not need credit for that. But what you aren't going to do is discredit me for that.
Yeah, I feel you.
That is where the issue comes. I don't always need credit for me holding down and doing what the fuck I need to do. But what you aren't going to do is discredit me. And that's when we have an issue. So
I like that. And and I think we can land on there. And you know, you're right. You're right. And I think that's where what he was getting at when John Moxley calls you a kid, which can translate to a lot of men in these worlds. So you know what? I'll take it back. It's a good segment, and I can see why after your explanation. But